back again, Cancer, and it looks like you are too. I'm going to set this karmic Cancer wheel in motion and throw your attention straight to that 10th house of career. Saturn and Neptune retrograde and growing energy right as the month commences with that opposition from Mars. So whilst you have that focus on your work, the unfortunate thing is that you're not able to feel as fulfilled as you would like. Saturn can bring with it a lot more responsibility. Saturn is the planet of responsibility. It's somewhat conservative, traditional, and this can become a bit of a problem, especially if you're now at a stage in your life where you want to progress. You know that Frank Zappa saying, there is no progress without deviation, seems to sum up what's happening now. You've probably been blinkered in the same sort of routine for some time, and this is particularly associated with your work, although Saturn does have a full 270-degree aspect to your relationship side of things and a square aspect here to Venus and Jupiter. The square from Venus to Saturn is notorious for making experiences feel dry and loveless. You know, it's like, yep, this is the routine. Yep, I'm doing my duty, sir. But the fact of the matter is that there's not as much sweetness in the deal. The deal of life is what I'm talking about. Mars moves into that very powerful opposition, sign to sign, on the 8th, and the full moon on the same date, 7th, 8th, in this 8th house with Pluto, is showing us that there's a whole lot of stuff stirring in your subconscious. Stuff that you've been suppressing. It's like a dance. And when that full moon activates that area, 8th and 9th, then a lot of stuff is likely to come up. And it's stuff that you have to deal with. And maybe, just maybe, the delays, the frustration that you feel in your work, with your boss, that is to give you some space. It's to give you that opportunity to work through some of this inner stuff. The fact of the matter is that that hidden psychological stuff is what erodes our capabilities, unbeknownst to us. The frustrations that we're projecting into the world around us, once we slow down enough, which is the job of Saturn, we're able to look within and to work on that shit. That's the important work. Now, having said all that, you do have a really nice combination of Venus and Jupiter here that's been playing out in your sun sign. And this is considered one of the most lucky combos. It makes you affable. It makes you attractive. It gives you the chance to speak your piece, to say what's on your mind, even somewhat brashly so, with that Mars here influencing your career, in that brash, abrupt manner, and still be somewhat likable in the process. So if you've got something to say, if you've been feeling a little hamstrung in the work, in your relationships, then now's the time to talk. And that's also shown by this incredible new moon in Virgo on the 24/25 of August, here in the 3rd house of communication. I did overlook the fact that Mercury is also moving into its forward motion the second part of the month. So These are all good opportunities for you to speak your mind, renegotiate. Look at Venus there, the profit planet for you, transiting into that second house of income with Mercury. That's also, these three planets here are really, really nicely shining, polishing, uplifting your horoscope as they do their transit through this area. So, you know, it's not all bad news. Certainly the responsibility component of your life is upped, but by the same token, the rewards are there. And even under a retrograde Saturn, with all the review going on, there are still opportunities to make hay while the sun shines. So don't feel as if, you know, you've lost the opportunity or you're going to have to wait too long. There are opportunities, especially that new moon at the very end of the month. Seize that opportunity and don't be afraid to speak up, Cancer. Now, there's more. It's not the steak knives, but you can follow the links over to astrology.com.au. Take a look at the text-based readings we've got there for you to supplement what I've been saying here today. And don't forget to subscribe. It would very much help us. Subscribe and, you know, all of those buttons that you're supposed to click. That would help the channel a lot. And if you need my help, you can drop me a line. More than happy to talk tech or arrange some sort of personal reading for you if you want to look at your chart in depth. I'll see you next month. Take care. Bye-bye.